In today's video, I'm going to share 5 science-based chest exercises you're not doing but probably should be. One of them, in fact, has become the main focus of my chest training, and it's allowed me to continue adding size to my pecs without nagging elbow or shoulder pain. So whether you're struggling to build a well-rounded set of pecs or simply looking to mix things up a bit, watch till the end, because one of these exercises could be what finally takes your chest development to the next level. Exercise number 1. Converging chest press machine. The converging chest press machine engages the chest completely because it aligns with the primary function of the pectoral muscles, horizontal adduction. With the way it's designed, the handles move inward as you press, allowing you to get your arm further across your body than you would with the traditional free weight bench press. Not only that, but the converging chest press puts tension on the pec fibers throughout the entire range, ensuring maximum engagement throughout the movement. As we know, the more tension produced, the more growth is stimulated. In one study that compared the conventional barbell press and a free grip barbell press, they found that the free grip barbell produced greater muscle activity. This matters because the main difference between these two exercises was the ability to converge as you press. Another advantage of the converging machine press is the stability offered by being in a seated position and having a guided lifting path. In fact, in a study comparing barbell bench pressing and seated machine pressing, they found that seated machine pressing produced greater activation in the chest muscles. In addition to its hypertrophy benefits, this exercise also offers convenience and safety. Its design allows for quick weight adjustments and a straightforward setup. And most machines have safety features that make sure you don't go too low, providing a secure environment for pushing your limits. Exercise number 2. Seated or lying cable crossovers. The sternocostal head makes up 81% of the pectoralis major, and its muscle fibers predominantly run horizontally. Flies are particularly effective for training this region as they focus on pure horizontal adduction. The problem with traditional dumbbell flies is they fail to provide a significant tension at the top half of the range where the pecs are in the shortened position. Fortunately, this problem is easily addressed by using cables since they provide tension throughout the entire range. The problem with traditional cable flies, however, is since you're not pinned down, there will be higher stability requirements than most other chest exercises. Performing cable flies with a backrest, whether seated or lying, addresses this issue by providing you with a stable base. This setup allows you to maintain proper form and focus the tension directly on your pecs, ensuring that you get the most out of every rep. According to this study from the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, the more extended your elbows are, the greater the pec activation. This is because when you stretch your arms out, you increase the moment arm, which increases the perceived load on the pecs. This is also the reason why, although you lift comparatively lighter with flies, they are just as good as presses when it comes to developing the pecs. Exercise number 3. Bench pullovers. Often regarded as a back exercise, the bench pullover has demonstrated considerable activation of the pecs. Research published in the Journal of Physical Education and Sport demonstrates that during pullovers, the pectoralis major shows 28% greater EMG activity compared to the lats. This indicates that the chest muscles are more activated than the back muscles during this exercise. So, why is the pullover so effective for targeting the lower pecs? Well, the lower chest fibers are notably effective as shoulder extensors, particularly at high degrees of shoulder flexion or when the arms are positioned above shoulder height. During the eccentric phase of the pullover, the lower chest fibers are the most stretched, while they also contract the hardest during the concentric phase. This alignment and leverage make the pullover highly effective for engaging and developing the lower portion of the chest. During a pullover, the peak tension occurs when the arms are fully extended above the head. However, to maintain focus on the chest, your range of motion should be limited. Instead of bringing the bar all the way over your chest, stop when the weight is above your head. This keeps the tension on the pecs and keeps you within the range of motion where the lower pecs have leverage. For the setup, I prefer positioning your body perpendicular to the bench, resting only your upper back on the bench. This will allow you to drop the hips lower than the bench is. This setup does two things. First, it helps in counterbalancing the weights, making it safer and more stable for heavy lifting. And second, it allows you to accentuate the stretch in the lower pecs, providing a deeper range of motion. And this increased range leads to greater muscle activation and consequently better growth. Exercise number 4. Cross-body front raises. Contrary to popular belief, front raises can be more of an upper chest builder than a shoulder exercise. Looking at the scientific evidence, the clavicular head of the pecs has the best leverage until 120 degrees of shoulder flexion. Essentially, during front raises, the upper pecs are primarily responsible for lifting the arms from the sides to just above shoulder height. Beyond this point, as the arms approach overhead, the deltoids become the dominant muscle group. That being said, front raises can indeed work the upper pecs more than they do the front delts, mainly if you avoid the top 1/3 of the range. But there's a way to place even more emphasis on the upper pecs with this movement. As the name suggests, the key is in crossing your arm over the other side of your body as you raise the weight. Instead of lifting the weight straight out in front of you, move your arms across your torso toward the opposite side as you raise the dumbbell. This upward and inward motion follows the orientation of the upper pec fibers. By combining shoulder flexion and horizontal adduction, you engage the upper chest more effectively and maximize its contraction. And exercise number 5, bottom half dumbbell flies. The movement during flat bench dumbbell flies follows pure horizontal adduction, which is ideal for the middle chest fibers that run almost purely horizontally. Dumbbell flies are an excellent chest exercise as they offer a deep stretch at the bottom. The problem, however, is they offer zero tension at the top. So we can make this exercise more efficient by simply cutting off the top half of the range where tension is lost. And if you're worried that partial reps aren't as effective as training in a full range of motion, consider this. According to this meta-analysis, performing resistance training at long muscle lengths results in greater hypertrophy than training at shorter muscle lengths and even full range of motion. Additionally, this 2024 study examined the impact of static stretching on muscle growth, specifically targeting the pectoralis major. While the research did not establish stretching as superior to traditional resistance training, it did demonstrate that static stretching alone can produce similar increases in muscle thickness as lifting weights. These findings support integrating partial range of motion training with an emphasis on the lengthened position to drive significant growth in the pecs. And while I still encourage a full range of motion for the majority of your chest training, partial reps when done in the lengthened position can yield significant muscle growth. So there you have it, 5 science-based chest exercises you're not doing but probably should be. Remember, you don't need to cram all of these exercises into a single workout. Instead, integrate them gradually into your routine by swapping out your old exercises with these new variations. Now, I want to hear from you in the comments. What little-known chest exercise would you add to this list? I'd also love to hear what exercises you would remove from the list and why. I'll be looking forward to reading your comments and hearing your thoughts. Did you find this video helpful? If so, click the like button below as it'll truly help out the channel. Also, if you're struggling to grow your chest, check out our video, The Only 3 Chest Exercises You Need for Mass. There, you'll learn the basic anatomy of the chest and its functions, as well as the only 3 movements you'll need to grow your chest maximally. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more videos and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next one. Peace.